What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Chop It Up Chicago. We back with another episode. Chop It Up Chicago times Key. My co-host, y'all. Of course, y'all already know.
Hey, y'all.
Met her on the first episode. We back with my cameraman, my boy DZ. So today we're gonna be talking about. I know the first episode we kind of had fun introducing season 2 of the podcast and the rebranding and introducing Key and just a bunch of different stuff. So we gonna talk about today. We titled it "Why Can't Blacks Get Ahead in Life?"
Just why?
Like in the whole aspect, I feel like so. I'm gonna let you. We also doing some new stuff, so we gonna lead with Key doing her new segment. I'm gonna let her introduce it. I'm gonna let her talk about it because I really don't got nothing to say about this segment. So I'm gonna let her do her thing.
So you guys, since today is Monday, I'm gonna do a Man Crush Monday today. It's not really so necessarily got to be like just a Man Crush Monday. What you say?
Nothing.
All of my Man Crush Mondays aren't going to be just crushes. It's just going to be people men that I think that's important to me or that's doing something, got something going on in life. So today, my MCM is going to be my daddy. He going to always be my man crush. He always been by my side. That's OG, triple OG, smooth, cool, laid back dude. One call, he coming. So shout out to my daddy. Luke,
Big
my
Luke,
MCM,
what up, bro?
My MCM today.
Luke Senior or Luke Junior?
Luke Senior and Junior. So shout out to my little brother too, little Luke. That's gonna forever be my man crush. So yeah.
I got you. Okay, we got some new segments and stuff rolling out. We just gonna introduce them as the time goes by and just try to do a bunch of different stuff. We are looking to like collab with different people and different podcasts and just in general, just trying to get ourselves out there, just trying to embrace the whole podcast lifestyle. Especially with the two different mindsets that we have, and just being
definitely
open and honest and organic. Like I tell y'all, I try to be organic as possible anytime that I speak and do the podcast, and just be myself and just try to have fun with it. That's one of the main reasons what drove me to do the podcast, is to try to have fun with it and be organic as possible, and to find somebody that want to be organic and have as much fun as I do with it in general. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this. So I did a little digging on this. So I did a little digging. So I'm gonna let you start off with what you think, and then I'll follow behind, and we can just play on like that.
Okay, so I think it's a whole lot of reasons why Black people can't get ahead. One of them I feel like is their upbringing, what they've been through, how they was brought up. I feel like they still got the mindset of what happened to them back in the day or how they was brought up. They still stuck on that. That's why they can't get ahead. Then it's not enough support in the Black community, but it's also, I feel like it's the reason why some people don't support Blacks too, because of how they are. They aren't professional enough. They want all the help. They want you to come team up with them and support them, but y'all not giving us enough communication or making us want to come back to y'all to come get some stuff from y'all. Then I also feel like it's still the mindset of what happened to us way back before we was even here, the ancestors and shit like that. Yeah, we went through it. I'm not gonna never take that away, but at the same time, because we went through what we went through, that should make you want to boss up to want to do some shit and want to be something and go somewhere in life, instead of saying y'all did this to us so we can't do that. It's still true, but that should boss you up. And a lot of people don't get that mindset. They want to still be stuck and be content. And that's stopping us. It's continuing to stop us.
I think to piggyback off what you said, just being content, I think is just like the word content plays a lot. Like it plays, like you said, of like our parents was raised by their parents who raised their household to be a certain way.
Right.
So, and the parents before them showed their kids, you know what I mean? So it trickled down to us. So it's like, I feel like in the generation that we live in and now it's about changing that context and changing and showing that like, hey, you know, like we're able to do our own thing. We able to get this far. We able to be our own person. I feel like, because I feel like me, myself as a man, like I look at just life on the aspect of how am I able to change myself and be better for the child that I brought into the world. You know what I mean? Or I bought it from Amazon or whatever. But you know, like how am I able to change that? And how am I able to change, like, what they call break generational curses? Like, I want to be able to break the generational curses. I want to be able to show my son, you know, how to be a man, you know, actually be there for my son and be in his life and show him that, hey, you know, black people all, you know, don't, you know, some have their fathers, you know what I mean? Like, because it's this thing where black people don't have their fathers in their life. I can contest to it because mine wasn't in mine. So I want to say that when that's a thing for us. Like that's a thing for us. I want to break that. You know, I want my son to grow up and have memories of stuff we did when we were younger, and you know, be able to say like, man, my dad's been a part of my life. My entire life. I don't know, you know, I don't know what that feels like to not have my father. I don't know what that feels like, you know, so that's one of the generational curses that I wanted to break. Just stepping into, you know, being a father and a parent in general. Like I just wanted to be able to break that curse in itself. So it's so many more, like just being a black man in this world in general is just hard in the first place, man. Because I mean, yeah, everybody say, you know, we have a target on our back and, you know, we painted to be this bad person, and, you know, it's about how you perceive yourself. It's about how you carry yourself. It's about how you know, you gotta walk and talk it. You can't just you just can't want this certain thing. You gotta be able to walk and talk this. You gotta be able to act this way. And I ain't even say you gotta fake it for nobody, because I'm the type of guy, like I'm not faking for nobody. Like I'm not biting my tongue for nobody. You know, if I got something to say to you, I'm gonna say it, you know, in a respectful manner, you feel me? But it's like I'm not gonna hide or manipulate what I gotta say to please you. Like I'm pretty sure we done all been in situations where it's like I'm gonna have to act the ass in here, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, so it's like, it shows your character. Like, I'm not saying that I ain't never act the ass in a scenario, because I definitely have. But my thing is, like, I'm gonna give you ample opportunity. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you ample opportunity before I have to show you a side of me that, you know, that they already label us as a ghetto black motherfucker. Yes. Like, if you want to be honest, like that, you know, I'm gonna give you ample opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, I had a conversation with somebody, and they asked me, like one of my older homies, they asked me, like, you know, was I mad that my mom's moved us out the hood from where I grew up? At a young age,
of course,
I was pissed. You feel me? I mean, I ain't gonna say I was pissed. I was mad that, you know, like, damn, I can't be around my homies no more. And not to say that I couldn't, because I was still, you know, going to do what I was going to do with my homies and stuff like that. But it wasn't like, you know what I mean? I wasn't directly right there. I had to make moves to get there. But was I mad? Now that I'm grown and seeing what was going on back then versus now, like, hell no, I ain't mad. Like, I feel better knowing that she had the right mindset, like, and I'm not gonna lose my son to no goofy shit. So why not move him out, you know, before any of that transpires? And I mean, you know, anything could happen anywhere. Don't get me wrong. Like anything, like you can get shot at the grocery store, man, and minding your business, and motherfucker put a bullet in you just because of some old shit, man. Like it just, like you got to be on your P's and Q's everywhere. But I just feel like like I said, you know, as a black man and how you grow up, and you know, I feel like that's important to us, you know, and that's important to the youth, and you know, being able to, understand both sides, being able to be smart-minded about shit, being able to, say, hey, I already know what this like, I ain't really messing with that. Like, I ain't really had too many male figures growing up. My granddad passed away when I was young, so and that took a real big toll on me. He passed away when I was like a younger teenager, so it was like that took a real big toll on me. I was messed up about that, but that didn't so like my male figures were like slim when it came to what should I did or what should I have done or what could I did different, you know what I mean? So I just think that just being a man in general, like I'm pretty sure it's hard, being a woman and being that being raised by a single mom in general, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like a single parent but I feel like single mothers and single daughters, that's like a different battle, you know what I mean? That's like a different battle, like especially like if y'all bump heads a lot. But I feel like everybody has that, not just one race. Everybody has that, but it all goes back to, like I said, I want to be that person to break generational curses.
Right.
But yeah, I found a couple facts that was pretty interesting. I want to hear what you got to say about it. So I'll read the first one. In 2019, they did an income ratio of 76,557 U.S. citizens that was not African American, and what their annual household income was as of 2019. What you think the number was? So the annual income of a non-African American black person, what you think their income was?
I don't know. What was it? It's non-African American?
Yeah.
And how much you said it was?
No, I haven't told you.
You didn't tell me. Look at me. Annual, what is it? 30,000? 300,000?
No, just your annual. What you would make a year?
A year?
Yeah.
30,000.
No.
Okay, tell me.
So it was $71,117, and that was annual. So that was what the household that was non-African American is making for a year.
Okay.
So as of 2019, the median household income was for African Americans was $43,892. For African Americans. What you think about that?
First off, okay, I think a lot of people probably gonna get mad at me. No, probably not. I'm gonna go back with the content thing. A lot of African Americans don't want to work for real. And I don't know if y'all gonna agree with me or not. I don't know. This is just me. They're content with the not having to work, because a lot of people are stuck on, I'm not gonna work because I can get this amount of food stamps. So I'd rather sit on my ass and get all this food stamp money instead of me going to work, because I know they're gonna cut my stamps down. I'm not against food stamps. I don't think nobody is. They just talk that shit because everybody want a food stamp card.
Well,
everybody want to buy somebody food stamp card. But at the same time, I'm not going to limit myself to getting some money, especially if I got a child, because I have a 15-year-old daughter. I'm not finna limit myself for getting some money for some fucking stamps.
Right, just because you know.
Yeah, no, we gonna have to look. We gonna have to go to Aldi's and get some food or something. But a lot of people don't want to work for real. They want to just get
live off the government.
Off the government. If you could cheat it, do it. But if that's gonna limit, hey, fuck it, they fuck us, so why not?
No,
but if you gonna limit your income to get some money for you and take care of your kids for some stamps, that ain't right. And a lot of people complain like, oh, we ain't got this. You can go get a job, you just ain't gonna apply. You don't want to work. And everybody want to work for themselves. Of course they do, but you got to crawl before you walk.
Right.
And they don't want to go get no job. So everybody looking at that, like how you just went and found all the information, it's not shocking for real, because don't know body want to work for real, for real. They talk that shit and they want to get to the bag, but they don't want to go do what they got to do to get that bag.
No, I definitely agree with the people using the government for their own pleasure. I think that, I mean, like you said, you know, they finesse us, why not finesse them?
True.
So if you can finesse it for sure. But I think that people take advantage of the number. It's two things that I think people take advantage of when it comes to the government, and which is fine. You know what I mean? I ain't dissing nobody for doing it. You know what I mean? But like you said, they use it as a blockade for them not to go work. And the two things is, like you said, food stamps, and I think the other one is Section 8. Now, if you really, here's my thing. I would love Section 8. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I would take Section 8 in a heartbeat. What? Here's that $1 for the month. Fuck you talking about? Matter of fact, I'll give you $12 and I'll be done for the year. But I think, like you said, man, people limit themselves super hard when it comes to anything from the government. Like, I'm all for you doing whatever, you know, for finessing their ass, for layman's terms, finessing their ass for whatever you need, you know what I mean? That's cool. But if you really, like you said, you out here with 3-4 kids and you thinking you just doing hair is gonna sufficiently fund those 4 kids unless you good as hell. You take somebody out here.
Hey, hairstylists get money
now, but let's think about like back.
No, they wouldn't get money back.
It wasn't going crazy as it is now. It wasn't going crazy as it is now. I think that it's way more effective now because people are, you know, you got people that's wanting to start their own businesses and for doing hair, which I love that. You feel me? Like I'm all for people starting their own thing, man. Do your own thing.
Right.
Be your own person. I feel like that's the move. You know what I'm saying? Like you should want to work for yourself at the end of the day.
Definitely.
I think that there's a lot of black wealthy people in the world.
Yeah, it is.
I want to say that there's a lot of black wealthy people in the world, and I feel like when it comes to us, like a lot of people don't hand the ladder down. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't hand people the sauce. Like they want to make you, you know, beg for the sauce, or they want to make you like, no, I had to do this to get the sauce, so I'm finna just give it to you for free. You feel me? Like,
I agree with
what
that.
you mean? Like, for me, it's like, if I'm on, I'm gonna put my people on.
Exactly.
And like, that's how I pose it. Like, that's how I look at it. Like, you know, if I'm in the business of doing this, I'm gonna reach out to the people that I know who doing this first. You know, who I know doing this.
Right.
That way, you know, we can collab together and, you know, make something happen. You know, and when you do stuff like that, man, I look at it in my eyes like people call themselves real people and real stuff, and they be doing real stuff, but like they really don't look out for their people first. Like, you got to be able to look out for your people first before you can even call yourself or think about calling yourself real. You feel me? Like, I feel like people think real just come from the streets. Like, real come from you being a genuine person first. Like, you being a genuine person first, and you knowing that, like, look, you know, I want to, you know, pass this down, or I want to be able to do this for my people, or I want to be able to give back to my people and, you know, feel good about it. I feel like that's how you label yourself as like a real person type thing.
But see, my thing is too with that, how you just said, a lot of people really feel like just because somebody else owns, they obligated to give them something. Yeah, right. If you doing something, or if I know for a fact if I give you this, you're gonna go double it, triple it, or you're gonna make something out of it. But that's another thing that's wrong with people, period. Y'all, we feel obligated for somebody to you own. I'm definitely supposed to be on too because you own.
Right.
Okay.
Nah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, like I pass it down.
I made it to the NBA, nigga.
Right. You made it to the NBA. I know for a fact I should get these floats. He's like, nah, that's not how it's supposed to work. You gotta put some type of stuff in motion too in order for somebody to even want to put you on. Obviously, you're not moving a certain type of way to make somebody want to help you or do some shit like that. Don't just be sitting around thinking I'm supposed to put you on.
Right.
It don't work like that either. It don't.
It's no question, like, you know, for your people who you know your people, it's no question. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be no question for you. But like when it comes to like you know, like you said, just people that's just trying to, I guess, leech off you type thing.
True.
Like, nah, you gotta put some type of work in. You ain't just gonna be rolling with me just cause, you feel me? But like if you was my brother, my mama, my auntie, some close people to me like that.
Yeah, that's like automatic.
Yeah, that's like automatic. Like I'm, boom, here you go. You straight. Like, go ahead and do your thing. But like, just in general, man, I feel like this is important because, like you said, we see so much blockage and negative stuff. Like, man, you turn the news on, man, and like you see majority of shit that just happened, and it's not even really with it's with us.
Yes,
you feel me? It's
all
with
the
us.
time.
It's with us. Like,
we gotta do better.
It's with us. You feel me? Like, that's all I can say about that. Like, it's with us. It start with us, and it's gonna end with us. Like, you know what I mean? People do stuff off of what we do. You know what I mean? People do stuff off what we do. Like, they see us, they see our swag, they see our style, they see how we move. And even with TikTok, you gotta take TikTok for like TikTok dances and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when the girls be making up TikTok dances, they don't even get their credit for them no more.
They had a whole band on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because they did it they got all the credit for all the black TikTokers, and everything they did, it was from the black TikTokers.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, how can, like, it just boiled down to everything, man. Like, how can you know what I mean? Like, we create so much stuff, we give life to so much, and you know what I mean? But it's still like, you would get like a negative look on it or a negative impact on it for you if we just throwing something out there. You know what I mean? We throw ourselves out there and it's some good shit, they be like, let me go ahead
real quick.
Let me go ahead and not put no salt on it and make it ours. You feel me? And not to say, I ain't got
nothing.
I ain't got no problem with no race, man. You feel me? I ain't no problem with no race.
Not at all.
But I'm just calling it how it is, man. You just got to be very direct, man. I feel like we the originators to a lot of shit, man. Like, I used to listen to this lady I used to work with, man. She like super into like spirituality and all of that stuff. Like, she used to be like, we the creators to all this, you know what I mean? Our skin, we got the radiant from the sun. What they call it? Melanin. Yeah, we got that from the sun, Other people can't get that. We get that. So I keep in the mindset of like, we superior, you know what I mean? We superior, we do, we should be able to do what we want. I ain't gonna say do what we want, like run like ravages, like we can.
But still, like you said, do what we want.
Yeah, do what we want without
everybody else
suffering no consequences, man. And I just want to say this about like, and I said I was never gonna speak on like the whole police thing because I done been in a bad situation with the police a couple times. But I just feel like when it comes to the police, man, like, it's so wild that you gotta record the
just
police now to you get pulled over because your light out. You feel me? Like, it's so crazy. Like, I remember I got a story. Like, my son, he was getting rushed to the hospital because he was sick, and they had him in an ambulance, but like the hospital was like 2-3 hours away from the crib, so I had to follow in my car so that way we had to ride back. So I'm in my car, I'm behind the ambulance, mind you, they got their lights on, so they flying, I'm flying right behind them. Police pulled me over, of course, not knowing that, my son in the car, but I'm like, hey, like, my man's in the car, my son in the car, I'm letting you know, that's why I'm following behind them. They told me to put my hazards on, I'm right behind them, here's what you asking for, here's your license, here's my license, insurance, all that good shit. So my man still decided, he like, I don't care. Literally what he told me, I don't care, get out the car. And this is like a couple of years back. So I'm like, what I'm getting out the car for type thing. I'm like, why you want me to get out the car? It's pitch black out here. Like, why you want me to get out the car, my man? You need to get out the car. And mind you, I was on the phone with my mom's at the time. So I'm like, hold on, let me call you back. Granted, he didn't even know that I was on the phone and because I had my AirPod in, but granted, he didn't know I was on the phone. So let me call you back. I started recording. He see me pick the phone up, set the phone like right here. whole mood change. Like, why your mood gotta change? Like, why you get aggressive with me? And then he like, you know, I'm still need you to step out the car. Because he was super aggressive, like hand on the gun, like talking crazy before I cut the camera on. And so I'm like, I'm only getting out the car if I can keep the camera on type thing. He like, nah. He like, I don't need you to step out of the car no more. So that gave me like super weird bad.
I was just like, that's
super weird bad. Like it done been so many interactions I done had bad with the police officers. Like that done been badder than that. I done had them draw their guns on me for a he say, she say situation, and I done got my gun, they gun drew on me. Like I carry, everybody know, if you know me in my personal life, you know I carry, you know I can carry. It's not like I'm out here just carrying a gun just for the hell of it, but you know I can carry. So they done got their gun drew on me. I done got my gun, they guns drew on me for, you know, basically some he say, she say stuff. You know, they quick to make judgment. But I guess, you know, like I said, I ain't gonna knock 100% a lot of times, because like, you know, they go into situations blind, I guess.
Right.
But like, you gotta, like, at some point, you gotta have some type of common sense to be like, to know the degressor and aggressive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have some type of sense to that.
It's just police, period. I feel like if you are too emotional, or if you scary, or if you just gonna assume the worst every single time, you don't need to be no police officer. Don't just off back assuming because this a black man, you gotta pull a gun. Or they feel like, oh, he big, and you know, okay, just because he big as hell don't mean he just finna shoot you or punch you or whatever the case may be. It's a lot of shit need to get stopped with this police shit. Because I know like a lot of dudes and a lot of black men be scared, but it's not to the point like us females, because I be scared as hell if the police come behind me. Like I got bricks or something in the car and I ain't got nothing. But it's like, damn, they not just discriminating against the men, it's the women too. How they did Sandra Bland and Breonna Taylor coming in her crib, she sleep in the bed and got killed. So it's all black people, period, especially black men. But me as a woman, I be scared as hell to get pulled over. I'm scared to get pulled over, not knowing if I'm finna get shot just because you done had a bad fucking day, or because you pissed the fuck off, or something happened with you and your bitch, or you a drunk police officer just want to be on some dead bullshit. And it's gonna be my word against yours, and I ain't gonna win for real unless I got somebody recording the shit. And then that shit don't even work sometimes.
Man, that don't even work.
Like,
man.
what
They
the fuck?
Playing video, man. They be playing video. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but shorty ran a police officer over in the Dalton Babas. I don't know if y'all even heard about that, but she ran a police officer over in the Dalton Babas, and they fired like, I think it was like, don't quote me, but it was like at least 10 rounds in her car as she was driving off, because they tried to snatch her out the window.
I saw that.
In the Dalton Babas drive-through, she was grabbing. If y'all know, like that drive-through is like a U. And she hit the corner and they tried to pull her out of her car because she was arguing with the people in the window about her food. Mm-hmm. They called the police on her. They told the police she had a gun. Mm-hmm. The police get there, draw their guns on her, no questions asked, draw their guns on her. And she, you know, I guess she feared for her life because the dude, like, went in the window and tried to snatch her out and she pulled off. So he fell. So, like, it's the Babas and the cars like this at the Dalton store. It's like this. So when she pulled off, it, like, hit the police officer and he fell. So the other police officer let, like, 10 shots off in her car and she died.
But did you see the video when the white man took the police officer truck and ran over the police officer and they upstrapped but didn't shoot not one gun? Yeah. They just pointed it and he pulled off, ran over police officer, everything. The
tactics gotta be different, man.
Come on now.
Why you, like, the tactics gotta be different.
The shit out of a woman because they told you she had a gun, but this man and another white man that you seen had a gun, pointing a gun, y'all got y'all hands up with y'all guns and didn't do nothing. Come on, we can't keep on doing the same thing. Yeah. And then y'all think everybody not finna go for a police officer just coming at them. Nah. Motherfuckers gonna shoot back. You not just finna shoot me for no reason, especially if I ain't own nothing. That's not how it works. And our generation and this life we living in, like that thing it said, we are not our ancestors. We not going for that shit.
No, for sure.
It's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle. I'm not just going to be going.
I've seen that shit.
Ain't nobody out here going, especially if we ain't done nothing and we got kids, people got lives to live. No, you gonna tell me what's up, or you just it's gonna be either or.
Nah, I definitely feel that. Yeah. We are not our ancestors.
Exactly. I'm gonna really need them to know that.
I seen that post for sure. Cause you ain't even finna play with my top like that.
Not at all. That's just like the shit with them running in the White House. Ain't no way. All them black people.
The White House, the Capitol.
The Capitol. Look, the Capitol. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Nah, that Capitol shit was wild, man.
Ain't no way
Social
all
media
them black people could have ran in that Capitol and that whole bitch didn't get blown up.
Social media was going crazy when that happened. That's like, man, now that Capitol shit was wild. I think that was one of the most wildest things that I've seen. And only a couple people got locked up so far still. Like, they still, like, prosecuting people.
But it's plain faces, big as they on that cheese is sitting at the bench, leg crossed, took the chairs, flags, everything.
Yeah. Remember the boy when everybody was looting and stuff, and he shot, like, a couple African-American people with the AK, with his assault rifle? He's in jail. But they didn't find him guilty. They said it was self-defense, right? I'm assuming, I think that I read that they said it was self-defense. They said it was self-defense for like 2 of them. He shot like 4 people.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How can you, how somebody with an AK, you feel me, assault rifle?
It wasn't no self-defense.
Self-defense, and you going at them people. Like, I remember the video.
Camera, the little white boy.
Yeah, I remember the video very clear. Like, how can you say that?
And I want to say, I think they took him to go get something to eat before they took him to jail.
Yeah, they definitely
They took him to go get something to eat and gave him water because he was just so hot.
Exactly. Like, that don't make no sense.
Every white person, always something wrong with them. They're going through something. Black person, he crazy. He's a thug.
And like I said, I don't want to make it like I hate another race, because I don't. Like, I don't hate another race.
Because all whites not like that.
Exactly. I know some cool white people.
Yeah,
man.
all whites aren't like that.
Shout out Tone.
Shout out to the cool ones.
Shout out Tone. You're a cool white boy, man. Love you, Tony. You're a cool guy. But yeah, man, that, like, I just think that when it comes to just, like they say, equality, that's the perfect word.
That's it. That's all.
That's the perfect word for equality, man. Like, I think that you have to be able to understand what's right and what's wrong. Like, even in the retail world, like, I'm gonna speak for retail world because I've been in that for a long time. Like, even in the retail world, like, people think they have privilege. And I'm not even gonna put a stamp on, like, different races. This is everybody. Like, people think that they have privilege, but, like, you gotta understand that, like, I get more disrespectful, rude of one race than I do the other race. Like, I'm gonna say that. Like, and it's so crazy because it's like, bro, come on now. Like, how you coming at me like that, man? Like, you know what I mean? How you coming at me over something that you can't get?
Right.
You know?
That makes
like,
zero sense.
Makes none at all. So I just think that people gotta realize, at the end of the day, people gotta realize, I ain't even gonna be like on no Dr. Martin Luther King shit and say, like, people gotta realize we gotta come together. I ain't gonna say that. Like, people gotta realize not to be slow. People gotta realize not to be slow, man. I'm gonna just call it for what it is, man. You can't be slow in this type of stuff, man, because, like, I just feel like now in this day and age, you gotta keep your head on a swivel.
True.
Keep your head on a swivel, manage your business, do what you gotta do, take care of your people. You know, enjoy shit here and there. But outside of that, man, mind your business.
That's so hard for people to do.
Man, what?
So hard for people to do.
What? For real. People can't mind their business.
Mind their business that pays you.
For real. Like, I see so many people, like, invested in, like superstars' life, like Rihanna or Beyonce, and, like, why you so invested in their life, you feel me? And that ain't got nothing to do with the topic, but they got something to do with, like I said, you know, mind the business that pays you. Nobody can do that, though. A lot of people can't do that. That's like a Rubik's Cube for motherfuckers. Like,
I thought you was gonna speak on when we was talking about the Facebook. Like today, everybody just went so crazy
too.
invested in social media.
Like
all that time y'all trying to figure out why y'all phone won't work, and y'all should have been jotting down y'all plan, plot, applying, or whatever to something that's gonna get you to the next motherfucking step instead of Facebook.
I feel like when it comes to people, because I know for me, with the podcast, with the whole podcast idea, for me, it was like, it wasn't necessarily the idea, because I would just sit up at night and type shit on my phone, like, yeah, I want to do this with the podcast. I want to talk about this with the podcast. I want to talk about that. Because, like, I'm already opinionated, so I know whatever I talk about going to either make sense or, I'm going to make it make sense. But I think that for me, it's like, damn, I want to do something. Like, I want to do some shit. I don't want to work the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to work the rest of my life. I want to do some shit that, I'm going to enjoy doing, and that's going to take off type shit. So,
right.
Podcast is just, a good step in the right direction for that.
Yeah, especially since you got something to say and you're opinionated and it's real. So why not?
And that's what I just want to keep it around, man. Just like I say, at the end of the day, people being truthful with themselves and being true to who you is. Like, I feel like that's the best thing for everybody, man. But people can't really do that. Like, we live in a society where image matter.
Definitely.
Image matter to other people. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I ain't gonna wear these pants. Like, I seen a post like, oh, True Religion's coming back for girls. Like, this shorty had it on, and they was like, oh, they bringing True Religion back. Somebody commented under it, like, True Religion never went out of style. It's just y'all disregarded it because people said that they ain't like it no more. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a fact. You can't, like, knock something because somebody else don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, just because my homie don't like, podcasting and talking and, right. That don't mean I'm just not going to do it
no more.
Or because I seen somebody on social media say, man, podcasts are lame. Like, I don't really want to do it. Or, I don't like when people do podcasts. That don't mean I'm going to stop doing it just because they said that. I just feel like people care too much about what's in social media or what's on the internet before they care about what they think in their brain.
Exactly.
And how they should react to certain stuff. I feel like people don't care about that at all. And I feel like
a lot of people like that.
Like, I don't understand, like, how you don't care about what you feel first. You know what I mean? How you don't care about what you don't feel.
How you care about what the next person saying that don't even fucking matter.
Like, the only thing that, like, and then it's just really minuscule. Like, I guess you can give people's opinions on what you wear.
Yeah, of course.
And shit like that. But, like, when it comes to, like, you being yourself is what make people like you. You know what I mean? Yourself is what you do is what make you different than everybody else. How they say, that saying is, there's a million different bread companies and all of them are different. Mm-hmm. That's the same. You can't, like, they all still bread, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, they all still bread and shit. They all different. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just put yourself in a bracket of being this shell person because social media say, like, I know this girl, I ain't even gonna put it out there like that, but it drive me crazy that she tried to talk like JT so bad. Like, why are you trying to talk like JT? Like, I done known this girl her whole life. Why are you trying to talk like JT?
They too busy trying to be like people.
Like, I don't.
Off the social media.
Like.
But my thing is, I want to know why people so scared to make themselves happy or come out and be however they want to be. Like how a lot of people. I'm starting my little lock journey. So I got a lot of compliments, so it made me feel better. But they be like, oh, I didn't think you would do that. Are you really going to start something? I'm like, yeah, I've been wanting to do this for 10 plus years, but I'm not finna go buy bundles and do all that shit because that's what y'all want to do. I was doing it, but that ain't what I want to do no more. I'm not finna do nothing to please y'all. If this would make me happy, if I want to lock this stuff up and then it go halfway, I'm going to do that for me. I've never been the type of person to just care about what nobody say. And I think that's why a lot of people got problems with me, because I don't care what nobody got to say. I'm going to say what I want to say. If that's how I feel, I'm going to do it. But a lot of people not comfortable with themselves. And they need to get comfortable with themselves.
Yeah,
so they can just, they too busy, like you said, trying to live the social media life. You got to be real with yourself and be comfortable with yourself. And a lot of people scared to do that, though. I don't know why, but they are, and they need not to be.
But how comfortable, really, if you really think about it, how comfortable are people really with themselves? None at all? You think it's non-existent, or you think it's just the fact that people
care? I think it's probably like a 50-50. It's some that's really comfortable with themselves, but then it's also some that's fake comfortable, halfway comfortable, because they still caring about if somebody gonna say something or how they move or something like that. Me, I feel like I'm overly comfortable with myself. You feel like you're comfortable with yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but people just care too much about what other people think, and that's just them. I don't know what it is in their head, but they really do. They don't think they do, but they really do. And they need to not do that shit. I'm really trying to tell y'all, be comfortable with yourself, because you're going to get talked about whether you're doing good or bad.
No, for sure.
Period.
Motherfucker gonna be like,
fuck it.
Like, I done seen people say, like, because I don't live how motherfuckers live. Like, you know, I don't live in a certain area. Motherfucker like, yo, I think he too good to come live in the city. Like I live how I live because of my son. You know what I mean? I live like that to provide. Like, I like going outside and being able to
safety. You know, shit.
My son have fun and play outside in the yard, and we go play outside in the yard. Like, don't get me wrong. Anything can happen anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking that at all, but it's a higher chance for me to relax where we reside now versus, you know what I mean, in the city, you know, like where I potentially would be. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not worried about that, but you gotta be able to be smart.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean by, like, I'm my own man. Like, you know what I mean? That just direct back to what you said. Like, I'm my own man. Can't nobody tell me what to do. And the people around me, that's why I like them, because they their own person. Like, if you at any point close to me, like, if you around me, it's because you your own person. Like, you ever heard of the term, like, you outgrow people, like, yes. Friends, and you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, I done outgrew so many friends that I grew up with, and I love them to death, don't get me wrong, like, but I done outgrew so many of them. It's just like, bro, I can't be on that same
shit.
One track, man. I can't be outside on the block every day. I can't do all that. Like, I got a son. I got, like, and my thing is, like, I don't know how everybody can't think like that. Like, you should want to do better for your child. You should want to do better for yourself. Like, you gotta, let me take the child out the picture first. You gotta want to do better for yourself before you can do better before anybody else. Like, exactly. You gotta, like, have, like, I need to do this for myself before I do this for this person. Regardless if it's your kid or not. Like, that's what, like, man, like, perfect prime example. One of my homies was like, man, why I ain't heard from you, bro? Like, what's good? Like, we follow each other on social media. He see what's up. But I just feel like, bro, like, you know, and I kept it a buck with him. Like, bro, like, you still like to kick it outside. Like, you still like to, you know, I ain't gonna say kicking it outside wrong.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with kicking it outside at all. But I feel like you still like to do stuff that's gonna put me in harm's way.
Right.
To not be there for my son, and if that's the case, I'm not doing it, and that's
you
whatever.
Distance yourself.
That's what, and that's whatever. Like, it's still love for everybody, and it's still love for whatever the situation may be. But I can't put myself in no type of situation that's gonna make me leave my seed to somebody else. It's just not gonna happen. And if that's the case, then I'm just not gonna be doing it. That's just how I look at it, man. Just plain and simple.
But that's how it's supposed to be, though. And like you said, everybody should feel like that, especially ones that got kids. I don't know how you don't think like that. But it's going back to how you said, like, you think you too good. If you grew up in the hood, I don't understand. Why would you want to stay there?
Because people ain't really hood. You
They
feel me?
not.
People live in the hood and be like, yeah, I'm hood.
No,
like,
you're not.
People ain't, it ain't even, hood ain't even really a term, dude. It's just like, people use that term to feel special. Hood ain't really a term, like.
You living in the ghetto.
Right.
The fuck? Why would you want to go back? Me, if I move, I'm gonna live in a nice neighborhood. Say it like that. I want to have security. I want to be alright. What if I want to leave my door? Oh, I'm not gonna leave my door open first off, because anything can happen. That shit. Let's take that out. But I want to be able to be secure in my space and in my surroundings, and be able to go to sleep at night without having to check my damn windows or look outside. Like, who wants to live like that? I don't know why y'all still living like that. No.
People, and some people, I'm not going to speak for the whole hood, you know what I mean? The whole area. Like, I'm going to speak for people that's like, everybody got an opportunity to do anything. True. Like, everybody got an opportunity to leave. Like, you know what I mean? Leave, get yourself together. And I got a homie that's out in a whole different state. Come back whenever he wants to, still good. You know what I mean? Still good in my book. He got one of the utmost respect for me because he gone. You know what I mean? Gone doing his thing. Like, ain't no way that people can't do that. You feel me? Like, people should be able to do that. And that just reverts back to what we was talking about, like why this is one of the main things why people can't get ahead in life. Yep,
they too, no. They scared to take that chance and take that risk.
Yeah.
And they're too content, as we keep on saying. Just
and that's like, a big word.
It is.
Risk. Like risk is, that's what it all, that's what life is, man. You gotta take risks. Gotta take risks with everything. Jobs, life,
everything.
You know,
you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable.
I hate that saying so bad, but it's so true.
Though, man.
It's so true, man. I just heard it somewhere. I can't remember where I heard it from, man. But somebody just said you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, and it's so crazy because it's so true. Like,
you got to get all the way out your comfort zone for you to be all right. This is where I'm supposed to be. You got to.
And that's everything. You know what I mean? Like, even relationships. Like, you put yourself in a relationship. Like, man, I think I never liked this person. Like, I think I would never want to talk to this person. But then you turn around and they could be just, you know, what you need. I ain't gonna say what you need, but like what you like. Like, in a sense, because like shit, maybe you don't like, you know, certain shit, but then they do this, and it's like, man, it turn your whole perspective up on, you know, like, damn, why I wasn't dealing with this my whole life, you know what I mean? Why I wasn't, like, so, I mean, I guess, cause and reaction, errors, you know, fuck up.
But life happens.
Yeah. Why I just can't get, like, a book and be like, man, I ain't even supposed to do that right there.
That's too much like, right.
I ain't supposed to be one this person right there, like, what? Let me would have had a book and then be like, you ain't supposed to be with the person right there.
I'm like, what?
Hey, you know how I'd have.
Wish you would have did.
Put it in my pocket, man. I'd have kept that. I'd have kept that.
If I would have had the book, what? How many years I've.
You know, like that red pill, blue pill. You get the red pill, you live forever. You get the blue pill, you go back in time. Give me this blue pill. I'm going.
Definitely.
I'm going back in time.
I'm cool on the forever. I don't need to be here that goddamn long. Let me start over and redo some shit.
Nah, for real.
I'm cool on that.
What you think, DZ? Wanna chime in, Brody?
Man,
what you think, man?
Why you think blacks can't get ahead?
This gonna get into some real deep shit, but
speak your piece, brother.
It's really like pretty much what y'all was saying though, like the content shit. Like a lot of people always blaming, you know, the other races for shortcomings when we don't get out there and grind ourselves and, you know, put our best foot forward. We always want to half-ass do some stuff and you know not give a care because we feel like we owe something. So I just feel like we need to get off our ass and stop. Get the chip off your shoulder, you know, and just get to work, man. That's pretty much it.
True.
Get to work. Word of the day.
Get to work.
Get your ass to work, man. That's
Stop
all
procrastinating.
Yeah.
And let me say this. I ain't saying not get out on the food stamps. Let me reiterate myself. I ain't saying that.
Said that.
I know that's what I said.
Right, let me say it again.
Let me say this again. Let me double back.
We definitely not knocking nobody with food stamps. But don't let that be your life. Don't let that stop you from getting a job.
If you got something, let me know. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Hit the inbox up.
Hey, no, for real. Don't be taxing either, dude. Because like people with food stamps, they be taxing. I need 1,000,
25.
Right, I need 1,000 for 300 food stamps.
They
I
definitely
will beat
do.
your ass. Like, what's wrong with you? And then now everybody been getting a wild amount of food stamps, bro.
Yeah,
like,
extra for the
I've been
pandemic.
seeing on social media, like everybody, like, what you gonna do with $1,800 of food stamps, bro? Like, you have one refrigerator and one deep freezer potentially in your house. Everybody don't really even got a deep freezer. What are you gonna do with all that food, man? You better sell that shit, man, and get good. Don't be trying to tax,
And you finna get
man.
it again, and they getting the stamps for the kids for school.
Right, G, you tweaking, boy. I been. That's why there's no food in the grocery store.
Yeah,
there's no food.
But see, people just buying shit now. That shit's spoiling and everything.
Niggas don't even eat dragon fruit. Y'all got dragon fruit.
That stuff is so nasty.
I ain't never even had it.
Dragon fruit tastes like a watered kiwi. A watered down kiwi.
I wouldn't know.
I'm letting you know. It's nasty.
I'm cool on that. Man, but we gonna wrap it up, man. I appreciate everybody for listening to us, man. Like I say, it's always gonna be organic with us, man. If anybody wanna drop anything in any of our inboxes and giving us anything, like anything y'all want us to talk about, any comments, anything like that, it's all the video is gonna be on YouTube. The podcast is gonna be on all the mainstream podcasts like Apple Music, Spotify. Man, and like I said, we just gonna keep it original. We gonna keep going. I got some ideas that I wanna roll out.
I'm gonna roll some out.
Yeah, so we gotta do what we gotta do, man. Like I said, it's Chop It Up Chicago times.
Key.
And we all set, man. We out.
Peace out.